Halloran tapped on the door and waited. He was tired, and that was due to more than just the lateness of the hour. The events of the day were having an adverse effect on him. That Dieter Stur was still missing added to his general unease. Nothing seemed right about this assignment. He raised a hand to tap on the door again, but stopped when he heard the lock click from inside. Cora looked out at him. "I wondered if you were okay," he said. "You weren't at dinner." Her hair was damp around her face as if she'd just stepped from the shower. "I wasn't hungry," she told him. "I'm sorry I'm acting like a stranger to you." She opened the door wide so he could enter. The room was bigger and more comfortable than his own. An open door led off to an ensuite bathroom. Cora shut the door behind him and went to a table. "Can I offer you a drink?" she asked, adjusting the belt of the white toweling robe she wore. "Oh, no, you're on duty, aren't you?" She poured herself wine from a bottle on the table and settled back in the sofa, drawing her legs under her. "Cora, last night, have I disillusioned you?" There was scorn in her voice. "I drink too much. I'm subservient to a man who's half mad. I can imagine what you think of me." Halloran sat next to her. Cora looked into her glass. "He made me do it." "What?" "Felix told me to go to you last night." Halloran was stunned. I don't understand." "He ordered me to seduce you. I don't know why. Perhaps he was testing you in some way. Perhaps he got some kind of kick out of it. Felix enjoys corrupting people." "Cora, this doesn't make sense." "There's no sense to any of this, Liam. Why persist in looking for it? I'm sorry if I've bruised your ego, but the truth is I was merely obeying instructions last night." Her hand was shaking. "Please go, Liam." Instead, he took the glass from her hand. "I don't know what game it is you think you're playing," he said quietly, "and I don't know how that megalomaniac has managed to bring you to this point, but I do know you've kept a part of yourself away from him." She tried to turn away, but he held her firm and kissed her. Her arms reached around him, drawing him tight. Halloran felt wetness on his cheek. Cora was weeping. "You don't know what he's done to me," she said. None of that matters. They made love slowly, their movement sensuous, almost languid, a flowing, then gently ebbing release. After, they remained locked together for some time. At last, Halloran adjusted his clothing, then sat on the sofa where Cora was still stretched. He leaned forward to kiss her lips, his hand smoothing away the hair from her face. "Liam," she began, but he shook his head and smiled. "We'll talk tomorrow. Tonight, just think about what's happened between us." Halloran walked to the door and went out, quietly closing it after him.